Now, what'd you say? I, I can't hear you so good. Can you say it again? Oh, livers? Well, I don't eat meat anymore, but when I was a boy, I fished with chicken livers. Is that what you want to talk about? Oh, what? Speak up, can you? Rivers! Rivers. Yes, sir. The ones made of water. Well, I've seen one before. One time I tried to well, let me tell you a story while I paint. Now, how y'all doing? How you doing? A big old rain just came through. Oh, and the rain goes down into the ditch, and then down through the ditch to the creek and the swamp, and then over some rocks, and down there, I can almost see it, ends up in the South River, and then it goes to Jackson Lake, and then it ends up all the way down there on the Georgia coast. That's where this water goes. Now, these things are kind of like rivers. And the bark of the tree is kind of like a river. And I decided I'd paint some white polka dots on my tree here. My name is Old BlackCatTips, or Old Mr. CatTips. Or some people just call me Old Kyle Brooks. I like to use a big tank of paint. Why use a tiny cup when you could just have a whole tank? There's like a dead bug and some hair in there. One time, I'll tell you a little quick river story. I like to look at old maps, and I thought I'd go on an adventure. And my parents, they had a rubber boat they'd got somewhere, a rubber raft boat, and I thought I could read these maps and I could drop off myself by a river and navigate myself down an old country river, and then I could come out at a bridge down on a highway and leave a car and have a grand adventure. And it started pretty good, although there was a big black snake near where I parked, a big long black snake. Should have been a warning to me. It said, "Son, just go back home. Draw a picture." But I got my old rubber raft boat into the river, and I started going, and it was going pretty good, but then I quickly decided that all these rivers are blocked by trees. You just don't know it because you don't live on a river. And so every 100 yards or so, there was a big tree across it, and I ended up having to drag the rubber raft around it, and it was muddy, and I'd hit a bunch of rocks and hurt my hind end. And to make a long story short, things went real poorly, and I ended up in the woods. I think I left my rubber boat, or maybe I dragged it, or I lost a shoe. I came out in a pasture. The river split and it went into a swamp. I finally made it to the car, but I was not the same man as when I started. So don't ask me to go on any river expeditions, because I probably won't do it with you. Although I did go on one time in Alaska, and the river was called Nanana. And that's like banana, but with an N. Nanana. Nanana wafers. And I wore a wetsuit, and I jumped out into the river. And by golly, it was cold, but I remember it real well. That was on August 13th of 1999. Nanana River. Don't look back. Oh, by the way, these are gourd people. Everybody ever seen a gourd people? They grow better with a lot of water. Back to that river thing. Well, anyway, thank y'all for joining me. I enjoy talking and painting. Maybe I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.